Alrighty, so out of curiosity, I went up against a team, or this exact team, the other day when I was doing, I think it was the Blue Tarmiel Showcase, and I just thought it was kind of interesting because we have an Infect on Merlin. She has a damage cap. We have Naofumi, who is just a pretty good tank overall. He has a revive built in, and he has a lot of comeback potential. And we have Bon, who can just stack a lot of debuffs and sort of one-shot characters as we need him to. So I just thought it would be kind of fun. We don't have the greatest CC because Naofumi is more of a defense-based character. And yeah, I don't know. I don't have all of his costumes completely maxed out, and I think he's still missing maybe a costume piece or two. But yeah, either way, if you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe. We're on the way to 15K, and yeah, should be a good time messing around with Bond and everything. We do go first. We have an Angel team. I haven't gone up against too many Angel teams. Ooh, we get an extra Naofumi stance turn 1. I'm interested to see because Naofumi does increase his allies. It's either damage or stats if he has a stance on, which should make this pretty easy to kill turn 1, which is kind of nice. And then I have a second stance, which is also really good. So his damage there was pretty good. I can't tell if it was just the fact that, you know, Margaret's kind of weak or what there, but I felt like that was pretty solid damage, especially turn 1, of course. Okay, using the Mael attack, not too bad there. We can literally just stance up. He is giving me Naofumi stacks, which is nice. Ooh, giving me a lot of stacks, actually, which is really, really good for me. Let's go for... I do have a level 2 Power Strike card, because I don't have a setup quite yet for Naofumi, because I'm going to need to pull another Pierce card for him. So let's see how this does, actually. I'm kind of curious. Level 2 Power Strike. I haven't used this Merlin in quite a while, in PvP at least. 92k is not bad at all. This is not going to kill, but it's also going to put that effect on where if they don't attack, their ult gauge gets sealed, which is kind of nice. We do pull a Bond Pierce card, which is really good. No more stances, though. So without his stance, we are going to be doing a bit less damage, but overall, he's just going to tank this phase pretty well, I would think. Yeah. He's just feeding me tons of stacks, so I'll probably end up using this AoE anyway. He is using a lot of AoEs on me as well, though, so my other characters are taking more damage than I would want them to, but I guess it just kind of is what it is. Let's go for the combo into the Pierce card, because I think the Pierce card has, or not Pierce, it's Power Strike, actually. The Power Strike card probably has the most kill potential, because I don't think this is going to be enough. Yeah, not quite enough. But this level 2 should actually clear it up. I'm missing some HP on Merlin. Only 59k is kind of crazy considering like she wasn't really missing that much HP. It's really insane how hard Merlin kind of falls off, which is just kind of unfortunate to say the least. Is this gonna... Okay, that's pretty good damage. It's not going to outright kill me, though, and the Tarmiel Link will help me out a bit there. Let's try to get rid of this Liz, if possible. She's already gotten her passive to proc at this point. We have max stacks on Naofumi, but he does not have a whole lot of defense support on this team. So even though we're, like, covering our bases with a taunt, so that way they can't just attack whoever they want, we have an Infect, we have the Bond who can sort of just pick and choose who he wants to fight. Naofumi kind of needs defense support to actually do super well. Plus, I'm never super happy with my Naofumi's ultimate because it's only 1/6. Like, yeah, once you build up enough stacks, it'll do a really good amount of damage, but overall, I'm always a little bit disappointed with how it ends up working out. So let's just do it like this because we will keep the Mark of Concentration now with the buff. So, bam, end up killing anyway, which is really nice. We put him into Final Flame, and then we give Naofumi the windscreen. So, that looked pretty good. I mean, I don't know how it's going to go with other teams, but let's move on and see what other people we can face. Alright, ooh, we have a Fraudrin. This is, well, I mean, we have really good single targets, so I'm not incredibly worried, but I'm not going to be able to use any of Naofumi's attack cards. Ooh, we have a really easy turn 1 setup, which is really nice for me. Merlin, we're not going to be able to infect with Merlin either, so there's potential for our hand to sort of get clogged up with cards we can't use, which could be a big problem. We'll kind of have to see how it goes. Ooh, really good damage there with the level 2. Let's see here. He's 1 stack away from True Magic, which is definitely a concern of mine. We have another stance, which is really good, and we have to rely on the Merlin... the Merlin single targets to be able to deal damage here, and he's pushing for ultimate. This is not... this is not going to go too well, honestly. Let's... That's going to hurt. Yeah, he doesn't quite kill me, though, which is good. So we're going to heal most of that back. He disables himself? So, honestly, I think what we do is just stall for a turn. Because if we can stall this turn... just get rid of some cards out of hand, possibly. I don't really want to waste the Naofumi stance. I really want him to stay where he's at, because if I attack basically at all, he's going to be able to pop True Magic, and then he will be able to just ult me, which is not what I want to happen. So let's do it like this. Unfortunately, we weren't able to clear up as much hand space as I wanted to. If we could have got a Bond combo, we probably would have been in an insanely good spot here, but... we're kind of in a bit of a pickle, because as soon as he can, he's going to ult us, and that is not going to go too well. So we need to make sure that we are in a position to be able to kill, hopefully. Okay, there's the melee attack. I have to go in this turn to kill, unfortunately. So he is giving me Naofumi stacks, but I don't think Naofumi's going to be able to cover it here. So let's go for this and hope. I'm very skeptical. I don't think this is going to work out for us. Decent damage there. I think he's got Tarmiel Link on him, though. So, yeah, we're pretty much screwed. Oh, it was so close, though. Man, I'm curious as to whether or not if we would have went for another attack, if it would have worked out. I'm pretty doubtful, though. I think the stance was what was making us do as much damage as we did there, so I think we're just kind of screwed. That's so unfortunate. Dang, I hate to lose to a Fraudrin team, but this team honestly doesn't have the most, whatchamacallit, like, ult control potential, so there is that. I guess, best case scenario here is that, like I said, I do have a revive, and I have a damage cap on Merlin, which is really nice, actually. He has disabled himself again, which is really good for me. I think I push for Naofumi's ultimate here, because I can use a card to make sure that I don't lose my... whatchamacallit? I don't lose my... or I don't get dissolved from melee. And then let's go ahead and hit him with the Power Strike card. He can obviously use one card, cleanse, and then attack me again. But we'll see how it goes. I have 2 ultimates. Merlin's is not the greatest ultimate by any means. It's okay. It's not too bad. And like I said, I'm not a huge fan of Naofumi's because I only have him 1/6. But I think we've got some decent potential here. He's using a Fraudrin card, and then a melee card, and then a melee card. Okay, so he is going to pop True Magic. If it's a big single target, I think Naofumi dies, which will be unfortunate. That's not doing a lot of damage, which is good. And then it's an AoE. Ooh, he kills off the Merlin. That's unfortunate. That's definitely really good for him. If I could pull a stance, that'd be great. Okay, well. Oh, and he's got a big shield on. That is super unfortunate. We just go for the AoE to kill off the Fraudrin then, and then we ult the melee. Because honestly, Zeldris isn't a big problem, but no stance on means that this is going to do a lot less damage, I think. So, yeah, that's a GG. Honestly, good game. I really can't complain there, but it was unfortunate more than anything. Alrighty. Is this the same guy? Oh my gosh. I really don't want to fight this again, but it might give us a decent chance to try. I mean, honestly, I think if I get rid of the melee first instead this time, if I can pull that off turn 1, which I'm not 100% positive that I can. Oh, I forgot he's got Tarmiel Link on too, so if I don't kill here, I've just disabled my Bond. We maybe should have just used turn 1 to set up. Never mind, we're fine. I wonder how drastically different this match is going to go now that I don't have to deal with melee. I should have definitely went with melee first last time, but I'm always, in a regular demon scenario, I feel like getting rid of Estarossa is such a huge help. And I mean, although, yes, melee can still do really good damage, I think getting rid of the darkness stacks and stuff is just a super big help overall. But this is a level 2 stance, so we're not going to be able to do a whole lot here as far as like cards goes. So I think we're just going to have to move around. Luckily, we've gotten rid of melee at this point, so we can kind of just go for an ultimate and not get dissolved anyway. This now is a 2-turn because it's a level 2 card, so we can go ahead and throw that on this turn so he can't attack me. Because if possible, he could potentially push for ultimate, or push for at least 4 orbs with Zeldris and then take my ultimate gauge off. But luckily, we don't have to worry about that now. So we should be in a pretty good position here to go ahead and win this thing. So my biggest concern is I really want to get a debuff out on Estarossa before I ult. So I think what we're going to do is Power Strike on the Fraudrin, put the mark on, and then ult with this being on Estarossa, so that way we can guarantee ourselves a kill, because it's going to get rid of all of our debuffs there. We're going to pop this, which means that we're going to be guaranteed to crit on the ultimate, which is pretty much a guaranteed kill. Like I said, I'm never really that big of a fan of Zeldris' ultimate, so I'm not really worried about it if he survives with it. And yeah, we should be pretty much GG'd at this point. So that is my redemption match. Thank God we played that better than we did last time. Which then again, I did get more Naofumi stances, so I guess I had that going for me. But either way, let me go ahead and move on. This is obviously not going to be too big of a threat, so yeah. Alrighty. Ooh, okay, we have an interesting kind of Sins team here. Very, very interesting, actually. I'm not used to seeing teams like this, really. Let's get rid of Gother turn 1, so we don't have to worry about Escanor getting huge ranked cards whenever he goes into Last Stand, because that would be very annoying more than anything. He doesn't have Tarmia Link on his Gother, which is kind of surprising. I figure out of this whole lineup, you probably have it on him. So we'll see how this goes, I guess. Level 2 Naofumi stance is insanely good. No Bon combo, but we do have the Pierce card, so we can at least get started with it. I honestly think that we can go Naofumi into possibly the AoE to break the shield and potentially get really good damage out on the king here. Lots of AoEs, so my Merlin is losing damage because of the way that her passive works, so that kind of sucks. Who is his Tarmia Link on? I'm very curious. It's actually on the king, which is pretty... I mean, I guess that's fine. It's kind of just weird more than anything. Like, King is not really... King's not really like a high priority character, I wouldn't think, but I guess it's fine. Doing really good damage there. Does this kill? Oh, not quite. Okay, 81k is not bad, though. We could potentially infect, but I didn't want to stall for too long there. We have Naofumi's ultimate already, which is really good. And he's going to have a hard time getting through this, especially using bond cards. Okay, so... okay, well, he's basically thrown the match. This is pretty much an easy GG then, which I guess is fine with me. I've still not pulled any other bond cards, so no great combo there. That's really like, I mean, if there's one thing to take away from using bonds so much, it's that you're going to have a hard time getting your combo off more than once in a match just because of the pure RNG factor. It's a little disappointing, I'll be honest. So let's use the ult here. I'm not 100. We do have the stance on, so I'm assuming this will put him into Final Stand. It does. Final Flame. I always call it Final Stand. I don't know if that bothers you guys or not, but really decent damage there. I was kind of hoping that would kill the king off, but that's fine. We secure the king kill there. No shields for him anymore. He was 6'6", so that's quite a bit to take in. We have tons of stances and everything. I guess the thing that I maybe dislike the most about this team is the Merlin. I mean, not that I don't like having her, and like she actually can deal some pretty decent damage, but if I'm going to run a second damage dealer, I think that there are probably some better options than this, just personally. Let's do... Ooh, we could just... I'm not 100% sure if it'll kill the Bon or not, but we need to get rid of the King, or the Escanor. I'm calling him every name in the book. I need to get rid of Escanor so that way he doesn't absolutely destroy me here, which he has a gold card for Bon. He's pulled nothing but Bon cards, it seems, so that's fine. Let me go ahead and, I guess, move on, because we're pretty much good to go here. Alrighty, we have a Bon team, which is pretty interesting. We do out-CC. He does have Melly on the field, which I think is really annoying more than anything. Well, I guess that's pretty fitting. Let me buy one more match just because I was already prepared to do one. We're in Champ 1 now as well, so more than likely it's going to be a bot match. I'm really surprised this team was good enough to actually get me back to Champ 1 for the week, but give me 1 second. Alright, ooh, okay, very interesting team to go against last. Ooh, alright, so, I mean, we're gonna need to focus on single targets here. He's gotta have, like, Merlin in the back, and he got the turn 1 Escanor merge. I basically have to get rid of Twiggo right now, because if I don't, we're not gonna be able to get to the Escanor, which is a big concern next turn. So, this is pretty easy kill, because he's a rare character. We did over what a level 2 would have done to a normal unit. We do get an extra stance, which is really nice, but we don't have the Bond combo, unfortunately. So, I'm assuming, okay, probably a bot then, because he didn't push for his ultimate like he should have, which is fine. I figured it was probably going to be a bot because we're in Champ 1 at this point, but it is what it is. Debuff disable is kind of annoying, actually. That's actually a bit troublesome more than anything. I think what we do here is... Oh, I forgot that cleanses, which is so funny. We'll just merge these cards for now because he doesn't have a way to taunt, and then we'll attack with Merlin with this level 2, just to see what kind of damage she can do. Plus, we have a turn to sort of wait. 100k is not too bad. I guess he has his Tarmiel... Does he have Tarmiel Link on this? I don't think so. Maybe that was just his passive regen. Okay, he's really big on purifying. We have a Bond combo, though, so we should be... Well, that's actually really annoying more than anything. I think we still have what it takes to be able to get through it. Well, he's basically full HP. Do we have enough? I'm honestly not 100% sure. I don't know if I should use these as separate cards or not. I probably should, so that way it gives me more stacks of his passive. So, ooh, 53k is not very good. Okay, actually not as bad as I was expecting. I was expecting, like, very pitiful damage here. Ooh, that one almost didn't. That one almost didn't kill, and it was a better card. Okay, the Liz ult isn't going to do anything too crazy. It's just a heal ult because it's Princess Elizabeth's ultimate. It does give him some ultimate move gauge, which might be a little bit troublesome. He gets rid of our Bond. He doesn't! The damage reduction from the 40% on his passive now just completely patience that, which is fantastic. Yeah, he has 2 stacks on Escanor, so we can pretty much just go for the ultimate here, and then we can Naofumi AoE. That'll kill off the Escanor, and hopefully finish off the rest of these characters. Not 100% sure, but here we go. Boom. Okay, yeah, went ahead. That one killed them, so not a big deal. Honestly, I didn't hate the team. I thought it was very interesting. It was definitely a weird one. I've wanted to use Naofumi on the Bond team, but I wasn't really sure what other character to use. I just went with the one that I had seen somebody use already, but I think you could definitely swap Merlin out for like maybe a better damage dealer or something like that, and maybe get some more consistent results or something. I do like the fact that she has an infect, and her Power Strike card also does a pretty decent amount of damage as well, but might be not the greatest, because once she starts taking damage, she does a lot less damage overall. Her damage cap is kind of nice, but her ultimate's really not that great nowadays either, so it's kind of a huge give and take there. Like, the infect might not make up for all the downsides, but either way, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Feel free to subscribe if you have not already, and I will see you in the next one.